I bet you thought there was only one Spirit. But John begins the book of Revelation like this: grace to you and peace from him who is and who was and who is to come, and from the seven spirits who are before the throne. So who are the seven spirits of God? That's what we're talking about today, and we're starting right now. The seven spirits of God are mentioned 4 times in Revelation, not just once, but they're never identified by name. So there are a couple theories. The first is that the 7 spirits of God represent the one and only Holy Spirit in 7 different aspects of his work. In the Bible, the number 7 often refers to perfection or completion, so it could be that. If that's the meaning of 7 in the 7 spirits, then it is not referring to 7 different spirits of God, but rather it'd be referring to the perfect and complete work of one Holy Spirit. The second view is that the 7 spirits of God refer to the 7 main angelic beings that stand before God. So let's take a look at that reference in the Bible and see what we can determine. In Revelation 1:4, as we just saw, God, the one and only, who was and is to come, sends grace and peace to the readers of the book. In the same way, the 7 spirits send grace and peace. Isn't that something that God grants, not an angel? I would think so. So this favors the position that these 7 spirits are part of the one unity of God. This unity is defined in the verse in Deuteronomy 6 known as the Shema. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. This word, one, is echad. It is derived from a word meaning united. It is the same word used to describe marriage, where man and woman become one flesh. Same idea. It's the same unity Jesus described that he and the Father had, but they were one, an idea that almost got Jesus killed in John 10. The unity of God is a difficult concept for human beings with limited knowledge to understand. I think that is one of the great proofs that the God of the Bible is the one true God. Only a God that is beyond our ability to understand could truly be God. So it is not too difficult to think of it being possible that the Holy Spirit is multidimensional and has multiple facets. Just don't ask me to explain it. Some mathematicians have theorized that there is a maximum of 10 dimensions out there in the world. You know, we live in 3 dimensions, but they theorize that there are a maximum of 10 dimensions. It's interesting that 7 spirits plus God the Father and God the Son would be 9. So it's kind of approaching this 10-dimensional type of thing. I have no idea if that means anything or not. I just thought I'd throw that out there. Now, the next verse in Revelation is found in the letter to Sardis. He who has the 7 spirits of God and the 7 stars says this: I know your deeds, that you have a name, that you are alive, and yet you are dead. So Jesus possesses or has the 7 spirits and the 7 stars, which are messengers of the 7 churches. What does this mean? Well, it seems to be linked to Jesus knowing that the church has a reputation for being alive, but truly is dead. It seems to be linked to Jesus' knowledge of hidden things. This is a very consistent idea with a spirit that is active on the earth and actually are the eyes of Jesus, so to speak. After John is called up to God's throne in the Spirit, he sees 7 spirits. And there were 7 torches of fire burning before the throne, which are the 7 spirits of God. To John, they appear as 7 torches burning. This Greek word translated torch is lampos. It is the same word used in the account of Gideon for torches, in which his soldiers hid under clay pots. It's the same word used in the parable of the 10 virgins for the torches that the virgins light upon hearing the bridegroom is on his way. So this word is connected to a spirit both of man and of God, and also Jesus has eyes that burn like torches. Very interesting. Then later in Revelation, we see confirmation of all this. And I saw between the throne, with the 4 living creatures and the elders, a lamb standing as if it was slaughtered, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, like we spoke of, which are the 7 spirits of God sent out into all the earth. Now the lamb looking as if it was slain is Jesus, and he is symbolically given 7 horns and 7 eyes, which we're told are the 7 spirits of God, and that these are sent out into all the earth. So again, the idea of the Spirit providing God with knowledge of what is going on in the earth is in view. And as we said before, Jesus' eyes are a flame of fire or torches of fire, so this fits with the idea of the 7 torches as well. And these are the same 7 eyes we learn about in Zechariah. I am going to bring in my servant the branch, for behold, the stone that I have put before Joshua. On one stone are 7 eyes. Behold, I am going to engrave an inscription on it, declares the Lord of armies. So, the branch, of course, is Jesus, and as we said, these are the same 7 eyes that we spoke of. Now, what about those 7 angels? We see this same idea in the apocryphal book of 1st Enoch, where there are 7 angels who are watching creation. And they have names: Uriel, Raphael, Raguel, Michael, Sarakiel, Gabriel, and Phanuel. So one theory is that the 7 spirits could be embodied in these 7 lead angels. And there are 7 angels before God's throne. 7 angels blow the trumpets. 7 angels pour out bowls, and 7 angels are associated with the 7 churches. In Isaiah, the 7 spirits are given quality. However, as we said before, the big drawback to the idea that these are 7 angels is that they send grace and peace to the readers of Revelation. Just wondering if they would be doing that in the same way that God is. And getting back to the idea of the 7 multifaceted spirit, in Isaiah, the 7 spirits are given qualities. Then a shoot will spring up from the stem of Jesse, and a branch from his roots will bear fruit. The Spirit of the Lord will rest on him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and strength, the Spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord. And he will delight in the fear of the Lord. He will not judge by what his eyes see, nor make decisions by what his ears hear. In this passage, the 7 spirits of God are the Spirit of the Lord, the Spirit of wisdom, the Spirit of understanding, the Spirit of counsel, the Spirit of power, the Spirit of knowledge, the Spirit of the fear of the Lord. And again, these 7 are associated with the branch or Jesus. Now in Revelation chapter 1, we're told specifically that the menorah or lampstand is the church. So are the 7 lights that light the menorah these 7 spirits? That's a great question. I think it probably is. Now, not only are the 7 spirits of God a means by which God keeps track of what goes on earth, the eyes of the world, so to speak, but the colored horses of Zechariah that we see later in Zechariah 1 are as well. Well, what do these colors mean? That's important because they're found later in the book of Revelation. They're the 4 horsemen of Revelation. Click right here to keep watching and learn what each color of the 4 horsemen signifies. Till then, this is Nelson, and I'll see you there.